afternoon, everybody. I'm here today at Elite Myotherapy with this gorgeous lady, Samantha Rigby. Sam is the co-owner and founder of Elite Myotherapy, and I'm here today to actually talk about what myotherapy is and ask a health professional here what it's all about. Now, I met Sam about 4 years ago at a health and wellness information session, and since then we've kind of clicked together and worked together on the health and wellness side of things. And I've also seen one of Sam's team member in regards to my own injury that I've had for a little while, and it's been awesome. So today we're going to have a chat with Sam in regards to what she does, how myotherapy can help you on your health and wellness journey, and also what it is about myotherapy that we need in our life, and how amazing that, you know, we have such a amazing health professional to help us on our journey in regards to that. So here's Sam. Welcome, Sam.
Thank you, Pam. Thanks for coming out and visiting me.
I know, you're a very, very busy lady and so hard to get a hold of, but I'm so glad I got a hold of you. So tell us a little bit about yourself and your background.
Okay. So I've been a myotherapist now for 25 years, and that's a very long time, I know, but my qualification is I got an advanced diploma of myotherapy from RMIT University. It was the first university that was giving the course, or having whatever the word is, producing the course, since then you can now get a degree in myotherapy, but in those days I went on and got my own separate degree because I'd always had intentions of leaving the myotherapy profession and becoming a physio. So I needed to have a degree under my belt so that I could do that. So my qualifications are, I've got a degree in health science and natural medicine, as well as the advanced diploma of myotherapy. But the funny thing is, I never actually ended up, although I was enrolled in osteopathy, I applied for physiotherapy, and I was going to do traditional Chinese medicine, all because I thought I needed to do something else to be able to satisfy me, until one day it dawned on me that being a myotherapist was probably going to be the most satisfying for me, for very many reasons, and I've never really felt the need to go on and do that. So I now work with a lot of amazing physios, a lot of amazing osteos, chiros, you name it, but I'm really proud of being a myotherapist, and I'm really clear in my mind as to what we do. So my career started as I fell into elite sport somehow. It was never going to be, I never planned it, but I ended up, my first role was working with the Australian Sprint Kayak Team, and I worked travelling with them around the world to the World Champs and stuff for leading into the Athens Olympics. So long time ago.
Wow, that's awesome. Yes, I saw your amazing, the poster out there with the team out there.
Yeah, so that was an amazing experience, and once you start working with sport, you kind of always end up in that field. I also went to the Athens Olympics, but I didn't go with the specific team. I went part of a recovery system that they were testing out for the first time for Australians. And you guys would know a lot about recovery, I'm sure, from what Pam tells you, but we were testing out whether or not hot and cold baths actually work.
Back then?
Yeah. Oh, that was 2004 in Athens.
Okay.
And all the countries would come and have a look at the Australian Recovery Centre.
Wow.
Yeah, so my role was to intervene with myotherapy, and the athletes had a protocol to follow where they had hot and colds, had myotherapy, and then they were assessed on their results. So we had a lot of running sports in that.
Right.
So we worked with the Australian hockey team, lots of basketball, baseball, And they all actually, in that year, the baseballers medalled with a silver. The
Wow.
hockey players got a gold.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was
Fantastic.
a pretty, and the baseball players were just had never had such success. So we were real wrapped with that. And then I ended up working for the last 18 years with the women's tennis tour. So travelled for 8 years around the world with the WTA.
Wow.
And now I literally just resigned from the Australian Open after 18 Aussie Opens.
Wow, that's amazing.
And yeah, so I'm very passionate. I actually prefer treating the general population because I think there's... they don't have all the support that the athletes have. They don't have all the knowledge. They don't have all the willpower to sit and exercise. And, you know, they feel sometimes they have to drag themselves to exercise.
Yeah.
But I actually find it more empowering to work with the general public. I mean, I enjoy the athletes, but
Yeah. Okay. So with all your amazing qualifications and work experience, I was reading your website in terms of your profile. Mm-hmm. You were also a vice president and the board of a very special health society. Mm-hmm. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Of our association?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm a big believer in you've got to give back to your industry and the Myotherapy Association. This was the early days. I was in the second year of the myotherapy course being around. Okay. So we didn't have an association or anyone really governing our professionalism. Okay. So I got on board with one of my mentors really early on, and we actually set up the professional development program for our whole myotherapy industry.
Wow.
Which
I was reading that on your profile and went, wow, okay.
Yeah, so
that's something new I didn't know about you.
Oh, really? Well, that to me, I mean, I suppose at the end of the day, whether you're a physio or a myo or a doctor, whatever, you need to be professionally developing yourself, just like you do.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
You're
for
going
sure.
to do lots of courses.
Courses,
and
to upskill and
And I often tell my students that it's not when you finish uni that you learn what you're doing. It's when you start treating a patient or when you've got a client in front of you does the true learning begin. So anyway, that professional development program is still in place today. And because of my experience with that and setting it up, we have one of those programs within our business. So our therapists all have their own in-house professional development.
Oh, good.
Because, you know, it's a bit hypocritical if I didn't... After setting it up, if I didn't have it in my business.
So let's get into the nitty-gritty of what a myotherapist does. So what before I had my injury, I kind of knew what it was all about, but until I came to see Lloyd, one of your team members, I really didn't have that much clue about what myotherapists did or what their profession. And so do you want to just elaborate on what a myotherapist does?
Yeah. Before I do that.
Yeah.
Can I throw it back to you?
Yeah.
I'm just interested as to, because you obviously saw a few different people.
Yes.
Your words, how you experienced it for your body before I go into it. Yeah.
I think it was, with me, it was more about learning the limitations after the injury of where I could go, and then having prescribed kind of homework or exercise for me to do, then the next time when I went to see Lloyd, then he would then reassess and see how my body was going again. Yeah. And then he would kind of do his manipulation or his kind of deep tissue work with me. And then that's kind of then where I went with that. So, Okay.
So, again, what I described, some other myotherapists may describe this slightly differently, but as a whole, we treat muscular pain and dysfunction. Yep. So predominantly, whilst what we do will affect joints, and I never can separate one part of the body to the other, because from what you eat to how you exercise to what you do with your muscle, like it's all one. Yeah. And I think that we certainly view the body as a whole. Okay. So if someone's got a back injury, for example, we don't just look at the back. We look at the whole body as to why did that person get their back pain in the first place. So, again, I think of a good example. So I treated a little boy who came in for severe migraines. Had been to a paediatric neurologist, had every scan done, and no cause for these headaches. However, he was a really young kid, and but he was a very high level violin player. So he was at a level that he most adults would never get to, right? And he'd already achieved it. So I can't remember the exact name for it, but it was when the mum told me if I'd understood the qualification at the time, I would have made more of a big deal of it. But he, apparently 50-year-olds don't get to this level, and this kid was, 11. So, but looking at him straight away, he was sort of standing like this, and it was like, to me straight away, we look at, okay, well, why posturally, why is that person getting headaches? Well, if you're walking around like this all day, that's quite obvious as I say it, right? There's something going on, there's tension there, and he's doing that, he's holding his jaw. And he's probably
practicing so much So
there's whole thing about the psychological practice, the stress. The kid was extremely thin. He had a really poor diet. So we just looked at everything. Not that we're dietitians or anything like that, but just talking about the whole body, looking at his hips, how he stood, looking at his jaw, and we look at the whole reason why that person, if they've had all the scans and nothing comes out positive, then to me it's got to be in the body. It's got to be there for you to find. So that's what we do is we treat a lot of imbalances in the body and trigger points. So there's a lot of talk at the moment that there's no such thing as a trigger point. I'm not even going to go into that discussion, but we all know if someone touches you and you go, ow, there's a spot there. Well, what we say is when you have a trigger point or a spot in your muscle, it affects the way the muscle moves. It'll change the pattern of it, and that alone can cause pain and issues somewhere else in the body. So what we do is try and deactivate those spots so that the muscle can do what it's supposed to do. So it's just like driving on a wheel that's not great and the other one's okay. Eventually that car's gonna break down. And we just try and deactivate that stuff. And people will often say to a myotherapist, "How did you know that spot was sore? How did you know?" Because we just do this all day long.
Because you're just touching bodies all day long. So then how would that be different to, say, a masseuse?
Probably it depends. So in every industry there's amazing and there's not so amazing. And I work alongside some amazing soft tissue therapists that probably would outskill a physio doctor in their knowledge of the body. However, as a general rule, if you're studying just the basic massage course, you're not going to get the assessment, you're not going to get the orthopedic tests to check what's going on, you're not going to be assessed and reassessed. You're going to just be straight on the table, and then they'll find what they find with the hands, and they'll have a set routine to follow generally. And use to sort of, which massage is amazing. For certain things. For meditative, for healing. It's not all about pushing hard, but what we do is ours is more clinical, and we'll assess where we think the problem's coming from. Massage is a technique that we use, but we use other techniques as well. So,
fantastic. Well, that's a really good really explains the big difference for me now. And who do you think needs to see a myotherapist?
Well,
does it have to be you're in chronic pain before you come see a myotherapist?
Often sometimes it's preventative. So if you're, say you've got clients that they're running, they're boxing, they're doing exercise, it's prevention to go, like you'll always, it wouldn't be that Pam's done something wrong to you. It's your body will always develop tight spots and whatever, because no one can perfectly tell if someone's standing a certain way, or we can't tell what you do at work. We can't tell that you got your phone in your hand the whole day. Like people do some strange things. And are not even aware of what they're doing. So if you went to a myotherapist and you said, I don't really have pain, but I just feel like I wouldn't mind just to check over, you can go there, and we do a lot of clients that we call it muscle maintenance.
Okay.
But the whole world's changing at the moment, where people are more proactive about their health versus reactive. No longer is it, my doctor said take Panadol and that's fine. People are starting to Google what other options they have. People are saying, I'm not going to just take that medication. I'm going to see if maybe I could drink some more water, or, so we say anyone can do it. If you're playing a lot of sport or you're exercising at least twice a week.
Yes.
It's there to help you keep exercising.
Well, that's a big thing for me, because if you guys are injured, then I'm out of business, aren't I? So, and this is the reason why I'm always telling you guys, you need to recover, and you need to see a professional that can help you with that.
And the other thing we can do is we can do some testing, so general just flexibility testing, joint testing, that we can say, well, your hamstrings should get to this level, this degree, you're kind of over there, let's work at doing that. And we could actually then talk to your trainer and say, hey, is it, can we do a bit of this with that person, or or they can be alerted to, you don't have to stop exercising because you're in pain. Like, that's another thing, right? If you, I don't know if you can see here, but our logo strap line is Move Well, Love Life, because we don't believe in stopping moving. We believe you need to move. So you're better off exercising than you are doing nothing. You need to keep that movement, and you kept moving, didn't you? With
I kind of reduced what I was doing, but I had
you wouldn't do the same load.
No.
But you keep. So the reason why you wouldn't do the same load is because obviously that's just too much for what your body can deal with. But the actual movement, and to keep moving tells your brain that you're not dead. You can repair. And it's really important that just adjust the movements to
which I have been, and listen to you guys. And so a lot of people also wants to know if they need a doctor's referral to come and see you guys.
No, so you don't need a referral. What we often do is we might talk to your doctor after we see you, or your physio, or your whoever, because we have a belief here at Elite that if 3 or 4 different people are telling you different things and working on different things, then you as the client suffers, right? What your best thing is if everybody's on the same team and everyone's working to achieve the same goal. So I would often inform my patient's doctor and say, this is what we're doing with so-and-so. And they're often really pleased to know what you're doing, because what if you change your headaches because you got a bit of relief in your neck and shoulders, and we tell them about it. Next time you go in asking for medication, they may say to you, well, remember 2 years ago that worked really well for you? Or they'll say, no, this is really different to last time. We need to do something different. Okay. So it's about, we're very good at that. It's probably, we'll pat us on the back, but we will always speak to your practitioner and make sure that if we're not the best person for you as well, we refer you on.
Okay.
We won't keep you if we can't help it. Yeah.
Okay. So obviously there's a big collaboration going on, with your personal trainer, myself, with you guys, and then also the health professionals or the client's GP or their specialists that they're seeing in regards to that. So what would you say to some of my clients in regards to just keeping their whole body intact and running smoothly? I guess a bit like servicing your car, I guess.
So I think you've heard the analogy before. People will buy a car and they will follow by the booklet You've got to get your 10,000 kilometre service, and you go and you take your car there, and then the next reminder comes up for your service and you take your car there. And like anyone who's bought a new car has done this, right? Even if it's not brand new, it's
it's precious.
It, right? You have to.
That car is precious.
Yeah, and you will run out of oil eventually if you don't get it refilled, and you will run out of brakes if you don't replenish your brakes.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, we're born with this body,
and that's it.
And off we go. Nothing. Knackers, Coke. And it's like, and we're very lucky that our bodies are designed to heal themselves. But you know what? We see people every day, and we see people that look after themselves, and we see people that are having a pretty tough time due to not looking after themselves.
Yes, I know.
And that goes back to the whole exercise. Because generally, if you go somewhere and exercise, there's 99% sure that they will tell you to stretch or do some stretching or release work with you,
that's
right?
Yeah.
Now, people that don't exercise may never ever stretch or ever exercise, but if you're going somewhere and you're exercising, more than likely you're going to learn how to stretch, which is amazing for your body, and you can use that when you're at home, and you should do it more at home. And then you have the myotherapy or whatever intervention you want to try and keep yourself a bit more on top of your body and just service it a little bit. There's no point running it into the ground and then at 50 when your doctor says, oh God, it's too late. You know,
we need a hip replacement, we need a knee replacement, we need your joint.
Actually, can I say something about that?
Yeah.
We have very, very clear differences in people that have exercised prior to going in for a hip replacement or knee replacement, in recovery to post as well, and that get straight back into exercise. The recovery and the outcomes compared to those that haven't, that we've seen through our doors. I'm not saying this is gospel around to everybody's experience. But to have some sort of muscle memory and some sort of muscle strength in there, just because you have an operation and you lose it, your body will get it back quickly. It's huge to keep moving and to keep, so the stuff you do is kind of investment into, if you ever had to go down that track, your muscles will be far more supportive of your body than if you don't.
Okay. I'm a big believer in that. So I really... thank you for your time today. Guys, I hope you've really taken on board that, in order to function well, live well, love life, move well, yes, you need to really look into other means of looking after your body, whether it be meditation, yoga, whether it be food and things like that. You just got to get out there and see what's out there, what is good for you, what may work for you. But I definitely recommend myotherapists, and if you are needing some readjustments or adjustments.
One thing you asked me before that I didn't really answer before we started this interview was what conditions can be treated. Yeah. Because a lot of people don't know, we treat anything from jaw pain, headaches, neck pain, shoulder pain, knee pain, foot pain, back pain, hamstrings. Did I forget anything?
Elbows,
arms. Wrists, hands. So it's pretty much everything. But a lot of times people don't think about the jaw as it's massive in terms of stress, and it's a really important component. But I think we pretty much, if you're not sure, the best thing is to speak to Pam, because she can sort of point you in the right direction as well.
No, it's really good.
Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for your time. Like I said, you're a very busy lady, and and I forgot to mention, Sam has just franchised her business, so she's an awesome businesswoman as well, and she's just I don't know how you do it, but fantastic. So good. Thank you so much, Sam. Really appreciate your time.